sir. How can I be of help today? Are you still there? No problem.
Chips for the day. Del Perro beer.
I'll send that round right away.
Thank you, Tom. Appreciate it.
Just a pill part, right? His overhead is killing him. You follow?
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I'm the Missing Sock, and welcome back for more Grand Theft Auto Online laid-back grinding. Here we are at the Del Perro Pier. Let's get going. Because I still have more crate missions to do before we are done. And it's, of course, at the end of the event week. So, might run out of time again. We'll see. Yeah, the event week is just coming to an end.
I'm on the clock. What you want? Some wheels? It's coming at you.
Let's get our Presser Mark II out. Hello, Ms. Baker. Hello. Kind of busy right now. I'll get back to the casino and help you guys out very soon. Let's get my weapons in order. All right. Let's get our Terabyte ordered. On site. Request Terabyte. That way we can do our crate missions. Alright, so crate missions are double money right now. At the end of our mission, or end of the week though. So by the time you guys are watching this, the event week is a new week already, and this event week is over. But right now, it's double money on bunkers, and on bunker cells, I should say, and on crate mission cells. So, large crate warehouses like we have.
How you doing?
I'm great, Lester. How are you doing? Alright, everybody. So I'm just kind of going right into it, because like I said, we're at the last minutes here. So let's start up the company. I try not to linger in the company when my crate warehouses get full, because you can be raided in them. As they get over half full, it becomes more of a raid risk. Jewelry. Alright. Westvine was almost full. Alright, let's go to zero gas and fill it up first. Hey,
There's
Benny.
been an incident. The plane carrying the product went down. Go out to the crash.
Alright. We know the crash site one. Let's head on over. Alright. A little bit more coffee. So I hope all of you guys have been well. I've been well. Been busy summer. So now getting back to it. Had a busy holiday week. I anticipated trying to get this out sooner, but I always underestimate how long it takes to fill up those crate warehouses. Even now, down to the wire. But that's my own fault. I had taken care of some stuff. I thought I'll have time to come back later. I was wrong. Alright, so this is the plane crash. Crate mission. And we just bring up Lester here. This is going to be police as soon as we get there. So we're going to get there.
Hey, which one of my skills is required?
Come on, sit off the cops. There we go.
Can't handle the heat, my friend? Okay, leave it with creepy Uncle Lester.
Just got to carefully go over the water. And when you're in an oppressor bike anyway. Alright, let's get these crates back to the warehouse. Row. Doing our max speed, 131. Yep, they hold down the all-wheel brake, what would normally be your all-wheel brake for the cars. And that makes your fins go in and out. and then you can get a little bit faster on these, as we've talked about in the past. Normally it's 120, but you can get it up to 130 by holding down the all-wheel brake and keeping those fins in. Makes you drop down, but you can usually kind of hover it just right. You can bring it up and down, but you know, if you hold your stick, your control stick just right, you can kind of keep it level instead of dropping down. Alright, crate warehouse, in we go. I usually prefer going in the doors when I'm bringing in multiple crates by myself. Just find it's quicker and easier, just like that. Right in and out. If you go to that little mission Karuna, little glowing mission halo, you know, little yellow thing, it tends to put you inside the warehouse in the middle of it, and then you've got to walk all the way back out. It's not very hard or anything, it's not very long, but it's a couple extra steps. And I find it's much easier just to go in the door and then right back out. It's a little bit quicker. When you're on your own, it kind of helps. So guys, so it's a late night for me as I record this. Very late night. Getting close to the time that they change over. In fact, I think we're going to go over that time. So I'm hoping that our session will stay the same. So if you happen to be online at the time that the event week changes, at the time that the last week changes into the new week, so sometimes it can be a little weird when you're on that time. Sometimes you can keep playing and the session will stay and any specials will stay in place while you play. I think that's so that people can complete their missions. Oh. You should have gotten that. No! Well, so much for that oppressor. He jumped right off there. There we go. Oh no, this is going to be very tight. I was going to blame Rockstar. Rockstar, why did you do it like this? But it looks pretty tight all the way around here, so at least I got a helicopter instead of having to run down the street. Come on. Up we go. There we go. Alright. While we're flying away, let's go a little Wars. Probably should have called my Havoc instead of the Buzzard.
Morse Mutual, how can I be of service?
It's a little bit faster. Oh, that's alright. I still use my Buzzard very often. Yep. The old workhorse Buzzard. Yeah, some people still wonder, do you need the Buzzard anymore for a new player? And I think, well, I don't know if you need it, but yes, it definitely still helps. I still use mine all the time in the CEO menu. And I have other helicopters in the CEO menu, but it's still the one with the weapons on it. And, you know, the one you can kind of use in some missions when you have to. So, it's definitely still useful for the CEO menu alone. I think, for times like just now. And I should have called in my vehicle before I went in there, but that's okay. In many ways, the Oppressor and the Buzzard are very similar speeds, just so you know. A lot of people out there think the Oppressor is much faster, but it's actually not. It is and it isn't. It's only slightly faster than the Buzzard. The Buzzards and the Oppressor are very similar speeds. I think the Buzzard's around 120, 125, and this you can get to going to about 130 like we were saying. But the reason why the Oppressor seems faster is because, well, you're out in the open and you're on a jet and all that stuff, but you can get in and go. You know, it's got that boost. You can just thrust away, and you can just jump on it and go. It's got a very quick takeoff time. So, something like the Buzzard does not, so it can make it feel like it's much slower than it actually is. So yeah, the Oppressor is very fast. I've kind of described it as fast, you know, if you're staying in the city blocks. If you're staying in the city and all that things, going around corners, jumping on, jumping off, kind of like a horse in a sense, you know, it's very fast that way. But if you're actually taking longer journeys or longer trips or frequent trips, you know, other things are actually faster. Like taking your Akula or your Pyro or things like that are far faster to travel across the map with. A little awkward, but we got it. Yeah, so like I was saying, when the event changes, you never really know what to expect. You know, sometimes the session keeps going as if nothing's changed until you leave. You know, even though Rockstar's created a new event week, you know, new double money sales and new specials and things like that. Some weeks, though, you can, it'll stop, though. Sometimes it'll, as soon as the session changes, you know, nothing will work anymore. You can't run any missions, you can't do certain things. Now, I have found that sometimes you can get in between, though. Sometimes Rockstar changes the event week, but you know, you might not be able to buy things like cars, or you may not be able to buy things like body armor, but you might still be able to run certain sales, and certain businesses might still work. So if you're ever stuck on there and you want to make sure it runs, or try to get the last minutes of a sale, we'll go on the last one, this one. You can still try, and you'd be surprised sometimes what missions will run and which ones will not. So we're going to try it today and hope for the best. And if I'm out of time, well, that's too bad, but I've got lots of money, so we'll be okay. We're going to get more, though, hopefully. So it's all full. Alright, and as a anti-raid precaution, retire out of our CEO company. You cannot be raided when you're not in your company, so it's something to remember. So then you don't have to worry about it at all. And I really don't want to deal with the raid right now, personally. Yeah, and unfortunately I did not have the warehouses ready. They still needed that last crate mission. And the other warehouse needs one more crate mission. It showed it locked last time. When we were on the screen, we're going to go have a look at that. Let's head over there. Back into the company. Alright, click off there. Okay, so by going here, you're going to see it's locked there, and the other one's got a timer. Let's try 2, locked. Let's try 1. And it will let me put 1 in, because I got one last crate. I think it's because I in early missions, I blew one up.
Just ping the collection location through to you. Pick up the goods and bring...
Okay. Oh, we don't need to check. I was going to check to see if the icon was there or not. So like we've talked about in past crate missions, just to remind you guys, you can tell if it's a single vehicle mission or if it's 3 separate crates by checking your warehouse icon. So you check that just by looking at your warehouse, and if the icon's gone or not. See, I've got a West Vinewood and there's no icon there. Just like this icon there. See, there should be one up here, but there isn't. So whenever the icon is missing for your warehouse, that means that it's going to be a single vehicle. It means it's going to be a single truck or a single van. It doesn't tell you what kind of mission it is, you know, what to expect, whether there's enemies or not. But it does tell you if it's going to be a single vehicle or 3 separate crates. Now, right now, I'm only getting 1 crate, just so you guys know, so there's no confusion. I'm just getting 1 crate because we just need the final last crate. Most of the time, though, I'm buying 3 crates at a time. Alright, police compound. We know what to do with these guys. Take out the immediate threats. Land. Jump in. Fight off any cops if need be. Get your Lester calling. Now, one thing about this, though, is that don't call Lester, or don't use Lester until you've gotten out of the police compound.
Why, hello, how you doing?
Ooh, I seen that barrier at the last second. There we go. Clear the compound and clear the stars.
No problem. I'll get him off your back.
Yeah, so many times if you call Lester too soon, if you call off the cops, the stars too fast, you'll just get them right back again. So, certain places like that police compound, police lockup, if you're still in there, you know, I think Lester will let you. It'll call off the stars, but then you'll just get them right back again because you're still standing inside the restricted space, the police lockup. So try to remember when you have Lester to get out of that police lockup before you use him. Otherwise, you'll use them up for nothing, and then you'll have to lose the cops the old way in an RV. Yeah. That probably isn't fun. So yeah, so laid back grinding, but I guess kind of with a bit of a rush, but I'm not too rushed right now, I guess. Bit of a rush because I want to get these done if we can, but I'm not really sure it's going to work. And like I said, guys, I'm not too worried about it. I got plenty of money up there. Been actually kind of hovering around the 105 million because I've been getting the penthouse, the casino penthouse going and buying decorations and stuff. So this week I was just running some of those double money bunker sales and filling up the crate warehouse. I thought about doing it without you guys, but nah, I wouldn't do that. Just at the last sale, you know, at the end, because I'm out of time. But I thought I don't really need the money exactly, so it's more important that we get this done together than I'd do it alone anyway. I don't really, not too worried about the money, basically. Oh, I knocked my microphone there. All right, there we go. She is full. Okay, guys, so what do you think? Should we go right into selling it? Probably should. My controller's vibrating. I'll have to fix that. I don't know if that happens to you guys sometimes whenever you go into a place and it's like stuck in the vibration mode, like you're skidding your tires, and then you go inside a building and it'll still keep skidding. Like the tire, like the vibration still keeps going. My controller does it all the time lately. I have to wait till I generate a new vibration, like hit the car or jump into a car or something for it to go away. So usually I jump out and get that to reset because it's bugging me right now. You can maybe hear it. I don't know. But either way, we're going to sell it right now. So, no. 2 million. Oh, I was looking at the wrong thing. That's the wrong one. That's 56 crates. No. We're going right here for the big money. All right, guys. Well, it looks like it might let us, so let's find out. 111 crates. Here we go. Right into the big sale. Okay. Do I feel ready? I think I'm ready. Enter a truck.
Goods are loaded, boss, and ready for transport. If you can get this deal without any hiccups, then we can celebrate.
All right. I like celebrating, Penny. I have to show her the new casino still. Getting my penthouse ready. Show all my new artwork. All right. So we are going 5 clicks. Roughly 6-7 miles. Yeah, this one, I haven't done this one in a while. Yeah, there we go, bad guys. I was going to say no Trackify, no app. Usually there's some kind of, challenge that way. But it looks like today the challenge is going to be fighting people. Thankfully the brigade is very strong, as you can see. As I've said before, it's an awkward truck to drive, but an easy, versatile truck. Get out of the way. Oh, wrong guy. It's kind of strange, it's just a single truck too. Like a single enemy back there. There we go. Bring my microphone closer. Lots of screaming. Look out, everybody. Yeah, these guys will drive. Well, the NPCs drive like terrible on a good day, but when there's gunfights and other stuff, they get way worse. I'm sure you guys know that, but a lot of times that crazy driving you see is actually because they hear the gunfire before you do, and so they freak out and run and drive crazy and drive in front of you and all kinds of crazy stuff. So, like we've talked about before, we could fight those guys. Usually there's waves of them, quite often 4 or 8 waves, and you can defeat them and they stop coming. But on a lot of missions, kind of like we're doing now, you can quite often get away with not having to worry about it at all. And just keep going and don't stop. More bad guys coming. Let's just get the truck in. Get it done. Okay, there's one. Wasn't sure if I was going to call in my oppressor fast enough or to close enough, so I called in the Havoc just in case. But the oppressor showed up. I thought it would, but sometimes, as you guys might know, when you get around these docks areas and the airports and stuff, it could be a little weird with your spawning sometimes. Sometimes it'll spawn it around the corner or way too far down the street. Alright. Get a little height. That way I can drink some coffee while still going. I can put both hands back on and pull back up. Alright. Alright, so back over to the other truck. See if we can get through. So at the end of this, we're going to want to make sure we actually get our 4.4 million. And then we've got another 4.4 million with the other crate warehouse if we're lucky enough that that's still running. And then maybe we'll go over to the bunker if that's still running for us. So we'll see. Because right around now, it could change any time now for me. For the new event week, like we were saying earlier. Okay, let's get over. To the second truck. So, these trucks are, as we said before, a nice straightforward mission. I think we've had them quite a few times. I usually get the brigades for some reason whenever we do our laid-back grinding. Not that I complain. They're generally considered the best way, but it depends. Some of the other missions, a lot of people dread the giant Titan plane, the Titan missions. And there is a Titan mission where you just simply have to fly and drop off 10 drop-offs, I think, or 5 drop-offs, depending on the cargo. So, that's not a very hard mission at all. You know, there's other ones where you get attacked and stuff in the Titan, and you want to make sure your Titan's fully upgraded, fully armored, before you run those missions. But that said, many of the missions, like that straightforward Titan 1, could be nice and easy and fast. Yeah, the boat mission too can be nice and easy and quick. And there's variations of each one. This truck mission, the 3 trucks, the brigades, like I was saying earlier, there's a few variations. There's most of the time I tend to get the Trackify one, where you got to bring up your phone and there'll be an app down here and you've got to find the location of where you're supposed to bring the trucks. And thankfully, once you find it once, the other 2 trucks go to the exact same spot, so you can just set it on your GPS or remember it and go get the other trucks, and you don't have to Trackify each 3, you just have to Trackify the first one. And then you'll know where they're supposed to go. And that's the one I get more often than not. I haven't had this one where I fight people in a long time. And as you guys can see, I didn't really even fight them. I was going to, but they never really stopped me, so I didn't really have to worry about it. And a lot of times I think that if they don't stop you, then just keep going. And weirdly enough, as you guys are seeing right now, quite often, you know, whether you kill them or you don't kill them, it seems to mess up the game that you're going through it, you know, the first time. Because after that, there's no more spawning of enemies. So I never killed those enemies, but they're not showing up anymore. It's like after a little while, they get a little messed up. Alright. That's like our Havoc. Sitting there lonely. We'll take it over. It's a fast little helicopter. Alright. Up, up, and away. So hopefully you guys had a great summer. It's now coming up to September as I record this. Well, actually it is September as I record this, I should say. So the summer's all gone. Yeah. Into the new school year for some people. Yeah. Not everyone, there's different semesters that start around the world. Those of you going to school or secondary schools or things like that. For a lot of people working, it's just another day. Just another week. Just another September. But that's alright. Yeah. Still got the casino DLC to go through. We'll be doing that soon. Probably next. I did have some friends. I was going to do that this week, but I did have some friends. Well, I do have some friends, but they had to go away for the holiday week there. So I was kind of on my on my lonesome this week. So, and you do need friends to do the casino missions. Oh, don't die, don't die. There we go. Oh, I don't want that oppressor. Yeah, the Havoc self-destructed there. It's because I set it on an angle. Gotta not do that in the future. Yeah, the Havoc and some other things like it too. It's been a while since I was flying it, but a little trick to that is they can be a little weird when you're landing them. They can be even a little dangerous when you're landing them. They can fall over and kill you. They can, fall over and the blades can get you and things like that. So you have to be careful. They're kind of hard helicopters to use to land quickly. But one trick I found is that if you land and get out right away, the moment your skids touch the ground, just push the get out button. And even though it feels kind of crazy, it feels a little bit too rushed. As soon as you touch the ground, you're jumping out. But for some reason, it actually is very stable. The Havoc never falls over for me or anything. It's kind of weird, but if I jump out right away, then it doesn't do any of that crazy stuff. Look out, everybody! Oh, sorry. No stopping. No stopping. Sorry, I can't stop. It's the end of the event week. I still got more millions to make. Maybe. Hopefully. Hopefully. Alright, so let's get this through the docks. Ram it through. Oh, not that hard though. Oh. I was like in slow motion there. Come on. Come on. There we go. There we go. Alright. So the CEO crate missions, just to remind people out there, one thing about these, they are good missions. Do I recommend them? Yeah, it's hard to say if I recommend them or not. I do like them. Yeah, I guess I'd recommend them. Yeah, I like them. But to me, these days, there's a lot of different ways of making money, a lot of different businesses. So, I mean, whether I recommend it depends on the player. Depends on you. Depends on what you like to do. And sometimes, if you don't mind spending the money, having more properties and stuff, sometimes it's good to have a whole lot of everything like I do, kind of thing. Because then you have something for different moods. When I have friends on or different teammates or randoms, I can go do different things, different businesses, different activities, use different vehicles than I normally do. And then when I'm solo, oh, I keep catching those little catches. Yeah, so when I'm in the right mood, and especially when there's double money, like this week, hopefully they'll be doing that again soon, I definitely like the crate missions. But they are a long haul. It takes a long time to fill up a large crate warehouse. And that's where the most money is. Interesting. I'll just have to ram it through. There we go. $4.4 million, everybody. We did it. Woo! All right. Thanks for your help. We did it. All right, now we probably want to retire as soon as we can, just in case. Hopefully my press will show up any second now. There it is. Go. Oh, Rockstar Games could not process this transaction. What transaction are you referring to? I'll see that message. It'll tell you sometimes in the bottom left corner that just disappeared. It'll tell you that it's had a problem saving that transaction. So, may not save for us. But normally it's got another secondary message that says could not save, or messages like that. Eventually it'll come up saying save complete. So we didn't see anything like that. So I got a feeling it did save, despite what it tells us. Sometimes there's supposed to be other little things that come out and it just messes them up and it gives you a little error like that. But if you guys look up there, we're definitely not 104, 105 million anymore. We're now 109, 109 million. So for the moment, we are up. So I'd hope that they saved it. Now where did we just run that from? Oh yeah, we ran it from over there. So we're going to go over to here to zero gas and hope for the best. All right. So despite that error, I think it saved. I hope. I think. I'm pretty confident. And whether or not it's going to let me run this other one, I don't know, guys. I don't know at all. Oh, pardon me, I had to cough. Okay, so let's see here. What was I going to do? Yeah, we were going to go in there and sell stuff. But I was going to check something else. Oh, I think I know what it was. Change our style here. There. Yeah. So just changed our outfits. And that little icon in the bottom right corner is circling. Yep. So it just did a save. So if you ever want to generate a save to make sure it's saving, you can always change your outfit, and you should see that little orangey icon show up in the bottom right corner, little spinning thing to show that it's saving. And as long as that happens and then disappears, you're supposed to have been saved. So saving seems to have worked. So we're going to register in our CO again and hope that it doesn't stop me here. So it might actually tell me you can't do this, so let's find out. No, it's still showing us 4.4 million, everybody. It's not the 2.2 million normally. That's a lot of extra profit. Here we go. Yeah, let us. Now at that point it might have given me a message that I couldn't, that it had an error.
The buyer's lined up. It's an international deal, so you're meeting them out at sea. Goods are on a boat down at the docks. Get it out to the drop-off, and we're all good.
All right, here we go. So we get a tugboat mission. Yay. All right, so oftentimes there's enemies at the tugboat when we get there. They're trying to take our boat. We're going to find out if that's the same this time or not. If that's the case, we're going to get those guys, take those guys out, and take our boat. And then it's a bit of a slog all the way out to the waters for the deal. Alright, I'm not seeing anybody showing up on my radar. Should be good. Okay. Yep, homing missiles are great radar. That's why I think of them as the little detection system. It's a great way to know whether you're locking on to something or not. Just gives you a heads up on whether or not there's enemies or not. You don't always have to fire just because the tone goes. So it's a good idea to find out what you're firing on before you fire the missile, but I use my homing missiles all the time as like a radar system, as an enemy detection system. Okay, let's fire this boat up. Here we go. Hold on, everybody. She's pretty fast. I think this might be actually like the slowest vehicle in the game. It's the tugboat. There we go. That's for you guys. Alright, so I got my AP pistol out and we're getting ready. We are heading out to sea. Now, usually on this mission, like we might actually get the straightforward. There is a variation of this mission that you can just go right out to sea and you're done. That's it. As long as nobody attacks you and we're still on, yeah, alright. Then you're good. Then you're done. Nice and easy. Oh, but there's another one like this where you get attacked. Now if that's the case, just deal with them. Ruthlessly. Turning on target here. Oh, we're out of that little dock area. So usually on these ones there's little ski-doos that'll come after you. And a lot of times you can deal with them just as I just did and leave them behind. Sometimes there'll be a helicopter on certain ones too. I haven't had that one in a long time. But there was one with a helicopter and it keeps shooting at you. But almost all these missions you don't have to stop, you don't have to fight, you just keep on going and taking pot shots at them behind you. There we go. Now, like some other missions that we've done in the past, I've said that you don't always have to kill those guys. Like, see those little red dots on my map there? Those guys back there? I could keep trying to shoot them. There's nothing wrong with it, if I did. But a lot of times I find you get less enemies if you leave them on the map. Some missions you won't get any more enemies, or not for a long time. So as an example, some missions might have 8 waves of enemies, but a lot, that'll just keep coming at you 8 times, obviously. But if you if you leave them behind you, you know, if they crash or whatever, sometimes you can just leave it like that and they won't keep spawning because they're already on the map. They can't keep spawning. Yeah. So because those guys are there, no more will show up for a couple moments. Doesn't work too well on this mission, but some other missions will really help you out, and you'll only have to face one wave and leave them behind, or 2 waves instead of all 8. And I find this a lot of times it's faster than fighting them. So here we go, everybody. Legal delivery. Alright. Woohoo! Alright. 8.8 million now. 4.4 more. Alright. Awesome. And now I don't necessarily have to worry too much about being raided anymore either, which is kind of nice. We'll get our Oppressor Mark II again. It is a handy vehicle. Like I've said before, I definitely recommend them as a grinder tool. They're not a must-have vehicle, but they are very handy. You know, as a grinder tool, they are quite good. I think it's my favorite bike, so I don't actually even have to eat. So, you know, when you have a favorite bike, any bike that you ride too much or a bunch becomes your favorite bike, and it'll heal you. See, this just healed me all the way. I was practically already healed with the snacks, but I didn't even need those snacks. If I take my oppressor, it heals me up. A little feature of a favorite bike, so having something like this has weapons, and it heals you. And it's a really good grinder's tool just for getting around the town and doing all kinds of things fast. Remember what I said though, it's not necessarily the fastest vehicle like a lot of people think it is. It's just convenient, super convenient and super fast takeoff, you know. But if you're ever doing any long distances, you're still better off to call in something else, in my opinion. But when you're just zooming around in town and calling it in and out, or doing crate missions solo, it's a great tool. It's an awesome grinding tool. Unfortunately, as we've talked about in the past, it's also a griefer's tool, so most people worry when they see one of them flying across the skies. Yeah, because many griefers have found that they are useful too. Alright guys, so a little bit unstructured compared to my usual ones. Sometimes I like to start off with a little warm-up, like a headhunter, and then maybe a Terabyte mission, like diamond shopping. Before we get into more serious stuff, like the bunker cells, or the MZ cells, or the crate mission cells like we just did. But like I said, I was at the end of the event week again. I don't know why I always leave it to the last minute. But nonetheless, here I am again. And we got it done, yay! Look at all that money, 113 million, that's more than I've ever had. So that's the most we've ever had. I gotta spend that. I got a whole list of cars to buy, we gotta get it going on that. So many cars I've been missing out on that I've been wanting to get. Alright, here we are at the bunker. Let's see if we're lucky enough to be able to run the bunker at double money too. Yeah, so as you guys are seeing, sometimes when you stay in the session, it'll keep going for you. But as you do that, it can be a little unpredictable. You know, I can start running into some things. Sometimes it's hard to say if it's just changes Rockstar made or specials for the week. You know, like say this bunker had special money or extra speed on its production or something like that. Anything like that would mess up my ability to run it right now, is what I think. Anytime they do gun sales, you know, then you can't buy armor, things like that until you reload the session. So if I reload the session, then it's up to the new week, new day. But I don't know what the new event week is yet. We'll find it out soon though. But hopefully we can hold on to last week's event just a little longer. Oh, almost 60 million. Getting close. Alright, so our bunkers, I tend to do lots of solo sales. So I usually keep it easy. I usually just order in 1 supplies for 75,000. And then I sell it to the city for normally 210,000, which is about 135,000 in profit. And I just repeat that over and over. So I show up, order supplies, sell what's here. So order supplies, sell what's here. Order supplies, sell what's here. That way I only have to come by once. One-stop shop. And then it saves me time. Now, just so you guys know, you can fine-tune it for more. But basically, up to 175,000 in value will keep you in a single vehicle. So as long as it's under 175,000, you'll only get one vehicle, and you can do it all by yourself nice and easy. Yeah. Now, remember, it's double money right now, though. So you can get away with, well, at the time I'm doing this. By the time you guys see this, it'll be over already. But when it's double money, all that stuff doubles. So instead of 175,000 as the minimum for a single vehicle, it becomes 300,000. Yeah. Or, well, 350,000. Yeah. You know what I mean. Double money. So everything doubles that way. But I like a lot of these double money events because they usually don't have double cost. So you're actually getting more profit than just double.
We need distance between us and the buyers this time. You're making dead drops around the state. Pick up a dune buggy and let's get it moving. Time is tight.
All right. Sounds good, Agent 14. You could have given me the all business today, and that would have been even better for time, but that's okay. Let's head out. Yeah, so we managed to launch a double money bunker sale. So that was last week's specials. This week's, but as you guys are watching this, it'll be last week's now. But last week's specials were the crate missions and the bunker sales. And I think there was also air cargo too. Yeah, I got to get that done too at some point. I've got some air cargo just sitting there. Yeah. So I usually do these alone, like I was saying, and I find they're a great money maker. You know, like I've said before, some people wondered, do I recommend the bunkers? Yes, definitely. The only downside is that they're not ready all the time. So for me, the way I do it, one supplies in, and then I sell them out, like I was saying. So that usually takes 2 hours and 20 minutes for that to be ready, of in-game time. Now the good news is that happens all the time. So you could be in racing, you could be helping other friends in their companies, you could be at the casino, you could be doing any of those kinds of things, and the bunker will be filling up. So those 2 hours and 20 minutes pass a lot faster than you'd think. In a lot of my laid-back grinding sessions, you know, like when we're doing this stuff, if I started with the bunker, quite often by the time we're done, the bunker would be ready again, you know, by the end of it all. By the time I went through all my MC stuff and did all my other businesses, you know, usually, give or take, that takes 2-3 hours sometimes. And so by the time I'm done that, I usually have a bunker sale ready to go. So just to give you guys an idea, it's not as long as it sounds, and I feel like it's almost always ready, you know, every time I load up kind of thing. Yeah. Now, compared to something like CEO cars, the CEO cars are better. You can make $80,000 profit per car, so it's $100,000, costs $20,000 to get it ready, $80,000 profit per top range car, and you can do that 3 times per hour. So $80,000 3 times per hour. So the car warehouse is better, but the bunker takes care of itself. You don't have to go get the cars. You just have to buy the supplies, and that's it, and wait 2 hours. So there's no work involved. And every 2 hours 20 minutes, I get a mission that's better than a car mission. So comparing it mission to mission, I get 135,000 profit. More than that right now because it's double money. We got to go through here. Bad guys are coming, so I got to jump here. Woo! Yeah. Hopefully get through here. This is a little bit of a careful spot here. There we go. No, actually, I want to go down here. They're down the ravine. Yeah, so comparing a mission to mission, like I was trying to say, the car missions are 80,000, but this mission is 135,000. So doing the bunker sells profits 135,000 for the same comparison, for about the same amount of time. Yeah. So in many ways, the bunker compared mission to mission is the better out of the two, mission to mission. But like I said, the car missions you can do 3 times per hour, so that makes it a better profit overall. But if you're just looking at the mission compared to the mission, then this makes you more, 135 compared to 80. Yeah, just give you guys a comparison, those that are not familiar with it. The best businesses, unfortunately, well, aren't, I was going to say all the businesses, but that's not quite true. You don't need all the businesses. Go. Go. There you go. Present for them. Yeah, these things have mines. I should be using them. Watch out for stray mines, though. As you're dropping mines, you can hit your own mines on the way back. So, this mission loves to send you back and forth. Like I'm going to be going back this way when I come back through. And at the end of this mission, there's 5 drops, as you guys can see. 5 drops in the bottom right corner. The last drop is hidden, so I have to do all 4 drops, and then Agent 14 tells us where the last drop is. And a lot of times that last drop tends to send you over the exact same area where you already were. So you kind of have to remember where you left your mines if they didn't all explode. Watch out for that. Oh, ouch. As you guys are seeing, I don't usually fight for them, or I don't usually wait for them. I find it's usually quicker to just keep going. I don't really need the body armor. I'll put it on anyway. Why not? Oh. Alright, 2 last drops, and then we'll find out where the... 2 more drops, I should say, and then we'll find out where the last drop is. Ooh, that was a close one. Guess it's a good thing I put that on after all. Although if you die on these missions, it doesn't really affect anything. We're going to go over here first. Yeah, you don't want to die, obviously. All the way back up. That was not what I meant to do. I meant to get off the road and then turn. Did not mean to go down there. There's actually an opening over here and I was looking for that one. But that's okay, we found the way. Driving somewhat careful because there is water down there. You gotta watch out for that. Water is a big danger to any of these cell vehicles. Alright, should be able to go right through here. Crash through any wooden fences. Alright. Managing to fit in one more double money bunker cell. Yay. Oh yeah, we're not done yet. One more mystery drop still. Alright. Fire's giving us a rendezvous point for the last location. Last drop. Get the remaining weapons there in one piece and we'll mark this one a success. Alright, sounds good, Agent 14. Sounds very good. Yeah. Woohoo. Alright. So almost 8.9 million made. That's not bad at all. Now we'll get that last drop out of the way. Now this mission we're on right now for the bunkers can be one of the longer missions too. It's not long, but nice and easy. But a lot of the other missions are actually faster. This one can take a little bit more time. Ooh, big turn. Alright. We are done. Now we need to get out of the area. At this point you can call in your CEO Buzzard, Havoc, regular cars. It's good to have something flying though, if you're trying to do it fast. Away we go. 420,000. We did it, everybody. There's our bills. Now, right now, if I quit my company right now, well, I might as well. I'd avoid my bunker bill for 10,000, 9,995 or whatever it is. So I'd avoid the bunker bill and any other bills. If I join my MC, then it charges me 30,000 for my staff because I have all the businesses. So right now, if I was to load a new session or take a break and come back, I would avoid those bills. So that's 30,000 and 10,000. So that's almost roughly about $40,000 worth of bills I can avoid just by starting a new session. Yeah. So just so you guys know, you can avoid the bills a little bit by changing sessions or taking that moment to take the break, I guess. When you see the bills pop up, that's when your moment to quit is, right there and then. But I'm not going to bother with that at the moment. I'm really happy that we made that money. Yeah. Woohoo. 11.4 million deposited.
Look at that.
Yeah,
All deliveries
exactly.
received.
Right.
Now let's just hope they know how to use them, right?
Right. Well, if they don't, they'll be buying more. It's all right. It's all right. Yeah, so normally I would have called my Terabyte and then run the diamond shopping mission on the way out to our bunker, but I didn't want to take too much time without knowing if that was going to reset on us the whole bunker, the whole event week. And I am amazed to discover that we actually got through that whole event week, or the end of the event week, without any problems. Because yeah, I'm now roughly a half an hour, 20 minutes past when they should have changed sessions. I'm assuming that Rockstar has, and it just hasn't affected me yet. But sometimes they've been late in the past, so maybe they're late today. Rockstar is very strange, and they never really explain much of anything. If at all, ever. Alright. But we'll do diamond shopping, right? It's one of the best missions to run these days, so if you can afford a Terabyte, the Terabyte missions are excellent ways of making money. The only downside is they have long cooldown timers. So generally you can only do these once per half hour. So once you finish them, they have a 25-minute cooldown timer roughly. So once per half hour roughly for each one of these missions. Yep, but that said, they're nice and quick and easy. So we're going to go do diamond shopping. Which is probably the easiest of them all.
You're going to steal a diamond shipment from Benj.
Ignore her instructions.
Client wants these rocks, but she won't pay retail price. I think we can help. Get over there and put some of our
We're
technology
going to
to
just
use.
hop right on our presser and
I'll
go.
talk you through it. You know what? I don't like working with other people either. It's the only way I can do anything. You got a crew on board, this whole thing would go easier.
Now I launch my Terabyte nearby. Not too close, but nearby. So that it only takes me a moment to get here. So show right up here. 2 guards. Take them out.
Oh, you knew what you were doing. Okay, backup plan. Grab the diamonds and get out of there before this whole thing goes to shit. Looks like you're coming up on the jewelers.
Sometimes I can lock on to more of them and shoot more before I get here.
Methodically. Use the drone for some reconnaissance on the store. And disable the alarm before making a
Ooh.
move.
That was pretty messy. That'll work. We're getting this done.
They know these diamonds will be hot.
We made it. Oh,
And there's hot. Don't lead any police to the drop-off.
it's running the other way.
And
Well.
other crews can see where you are. Be careful out there.
And up and away. Alright, the location, the drop-off location is always the exact same spot, just like the diamond shopping. So it's always the same bank, or same diamond store, and same drop-off, which is the vineyard. Over in the wine country. The vineyard. Yeah. Nice place to drive. And I could call Lester, but I find a lot of times you really don't need to worry about it. And it's good to save your Lesters because, you know, as you guys know, they have a cooldown timer. So sometimes, I don't know, but if you're anything like me, you quite often need Lester and you've already used them, you know. And you have to wait a minute to use them again or things like that. So avoiding them sometimes helps you out. So I find a lot of times you just fly high, and by the time you get over here, already the cops are gone and you don't need Lester at all. There we go. Quick, easy, 30,000. There's our buyer right there. There you go. And I could just zoom right through. I didn't need to stop like that or anything. Then from here I usually go over to my bunker and do my bunker mission that we already did. There we go. Diamonds delivered. Quick and easy, 30,000.
Safe and secured. And the client has already wired us the money. We got there in the end.
Yes, we did. Yeah, so that mission, as you guys can see, is give or take 2 minutes, and you've got 30 grand. It's hard to beat that. Yeah. Like I said, the only downside is that now I can't run that mission for another 25 minutes. But the Terabyte missions are definitely worth it. We'll probably pay for your Terabyte eventually. But not right away, obviously. The Terabyte's millions of dollars, but those missions are really handy. And if you have friends, it's a really great way to make everybody money. You know, if I had some friends in my company, they'd be making the CEO pay while making that 30,000 on top of that. So it's a really good team play kind of thing. And everybody makes a good amount of money. All right. That is some more success than I expected, guys. As you guys could tell, I really didn't expect Rockstar less. Last time I thought that I could get away with doing what I just did. It did not work. I can't remember if it was the same thing, crate missions or not, but you never know with the event week, you know. I could go to the Terabyte. That's where I've been launching crate missions all week. The Terabyte is a great way to launch your crate missions. It saves a lot of time. You can move it around, and I do find it much easier. I'll have a look on the map here. See, I've got my West Vinewood large warehouse right there, and my Zero Gas building right down here. Large crate warehouses. I find I put my Terabyte, as you can see, right around there. That's halfway in between the two of them. And I find that it's easy and quick to go back and forth. And, you know, it's hard to explain, but when you're doing it this way, comparing it, you know, if you run it normally for an hour, and then you run it like this for an hour, you guys will really see the difference. It really saves a lot of time going back and forth with these little short trips. Plus, the missions tend to be not very far away either. I don't know, when you go from your office, which my office is right there, it seems very random. It can send you all over, but usually from the Terabyte, they don't seem very far. It's hard to put into words, but it just seems faster. Seems much better. Yeah, and there's no good cars around here. All just junky cars. What time is it? Midnight. Well, as I've said before, it's a good idea to sell cars off the street. A lot of people don't give that a good reputation to. A lot of people think it's not worth it, and it isn't worth it to take your time on it. You know, like I'm not going to right now. I'm tempted to, but then it defeats the point of what I'm telling you guys. But right here at this point, there's a special card that spawns in. If you guys don't know this spot already. But right around here, but where the customizable, the old customizable penthouses are. This street right there. You can get the customizable excesses. Yeah, the Sentinel excesses, I should say. Right this strip right there. Only at night, from roughly about 11 at night till 4 in the morning. Now, as I was saying, I never go to my way for this stuff, but when I do happen to find that I'm driving by or I'm flying over that area and I've done a mission, then quite often I'll grab the car if I see it spawned and put it away or sell it. So, you can sell cars up to $100,000 in value. Now, just so you know, you can't sell 100,000, so it's basically 90,000. 100,000 is the limit. So, what do I mean by that is if you go on to the websites, like say Southern San Andreas, these prices here will sort by price here, just to make it easier. Now, I could basically steal any of these cars and keep them, or sell them, up to $100,000 in value. As they go above 100,000, you cannot keep them or sell them. So these ones are no longer possible. But any of these cars, if you found them on the street up to that level, like the Lump Body Felon. It's one of those things you can only do once per hour, once every 50 minutes, once per in-game day. But it does add up. You know, it's an old school kind of thing. People have been doing this for a long time. Rockstar used to let you sell whatever cars you wanted way back when the game first came out, and then they limited you. Limited how expensive they could be, and then limited how often you could do it. And a lot of people nowadays think that it's not worth your time. And like I said, I wouldn't go out of your way for it at all, because it's not really worth it. But many times you can sell a vehicle quite easily. Many times you're already in the area, many times you're waiting for a friend, or you're talking to friends anyway, or you're just messing around. Just grab a car and sell it. So this car you guys seeing me sell right now is just a car I stole off the street and put it in my garage there. Just for this moment right now. Later time when I could just grab it. When it's convenient. Now I'm kind of showing you guys because it's part of our laid back grind, but it's a quick, easy 17,000. Now, like I said, it's not a big money maker, but over time it does make money. I think in my career, in my time playing, I think it's made roughly around $22 million in cars off the street. So you can find that in your stats. There's a spot in your stats that'll tell you how much money you've made from cars sold. And that's not CEO cars, just so you guys know. It's not, so it's not confusing. It is only the cars just sold, just like I just did there in your stats. So you can have a look at that if you want to. Now remember, if you've bought any cars though, like say you bought an Infernus or something, and then you sold that Infernus, that money would be counted as part of it. So you might want to keep in mind any cars you've bought and sold later on. But if you subtract that money, any money left over is the money you've made from selling cars. And like I said, I've made roughly around 20 million. It's not too bad at all. I was going to call in a car. What says it close by? Where is it? It is not close by. Huh. I don't have an active personal vehicle. That's strange. I did have an active. Oh, it's probably because I grabbed a car out of my garage. That's
What you
why.
need, boss? Some wheels?
Yeah,
I can bring 'em around.
reset my active personal vehicle by pulling out the other one.
I'll bring it by.
All right, everybody. Well, like I said, I jumped right into this. I almost ran out of time, so I think I'm going to grab a quick break, and then I'll come right back, and then we'll do our MC stuff. Yeah. Like I said, I'm very surprised I could get through those ones. So, yay, we did it. Who knows? Maybe even when I load up, if it's double bikers or something like that, double biker missions, that'd be nice. Then maybe we'll get that too. I don't think that's the case. But if I reload the session, maybe we can take advantage of any other specials. I think I've got everything done now, so there's no real reason for me to stay. We've sold our bunker, we've sold our crate mission, so there's nothing worthwhile for me to stay in this session for anymore. I do have some rare cargo, but I think I'm going to keep it for now. The last laid back grinding, we sold it all. Yeah. So this laid back grinding, I've been kind of just building it up again. Got the rare pocket watch and the ornamental egg. Oh, almost dropped my controller there. So 2 again. But I think last laid back grinding we sold the whole bunch, all the rare cargo, all the different kinds. Penny.
Boss.
Hey, Penny, we did it. We did it. We sold so much money. So much money. You said something about celebrating?
What do you need?
Well, snacks, actually.
I'll take care of the food. You take care of the company. When you finish what you've got, I'll give you some more.
Should be able to take
Are
Penny
you
out.
sure you need more snacks? Looks like your pockets are full. So long.
Is that what it looks like? All right. All right, guys. So I'll see you guys back here in a minute. I'm going to go take that break because I need to go get some more coffee. And I'll see you guys back here in a minute for the rest of our MC stuff and maybe some more things. To you. Woo! Thanks for the help, everybody.
That's how you're going to get it done.
That's the biggest crate mission I've ever done. Or the biggest crate money I've ever made. Yeah. Woohoo. Yeah. See you guys soon.